Hello.
Hi guys.
Welcome back to another sit down.
Self-quarantine vlog. It is like 10 o'clock.
Yeah,
It's like 10 o'clock. What do you open for me? And earlier today I asked you guys to... I did a little video to say that we want to film a sip it or say it segment for the vlog channel, and we have our little brutal fruits, our drink of choice. I'm so excited to have this because we've only been having water.
Water?
How do you say it?
Water, may I please have some water, sir?
Look, it's such a beautiful pink color.
May I please have some
Show
more?
them how you pour it. You need to do like a mukbang. So good.
Real men drink pink drinks, okay?
Cheers. So, welcome back to the vlog channel.
I wanna laugh out loud, talk a little deeper, kiss a little harder. I wanna laugh out loud, talk a little deeper, kiss a little harder, love a little louder.
So how it's going to work is we're going to read the question, and then we can either respond or react to the question, or we can take a sip and keep our response private. Let's dive in.
We haven't gone through these. We
No.
wanted to go through them before, but I feel like it's fun to maybe get a little bit caught off guard. I saw some naughty ones. So Bren is going to pick the first one. Well, we're essentially going to answer the first one.
Okay, so what's the thing that annoys you the most about each other? You gonna sip?
No, that was a sip to think.
Sip to think of. Well, I think we've already spoken about it a bit, and it's something that we talk about and we communicate on. For me, it's probably just timekeeping.
Timekeeping?
Jess, like when we go somewhere, I've
late.
got into the habit to tell Jess it's an half an hour earlier, so that we're not
But that's
late.
clever because you adapt.
Yeah, I've adapted. So it's
And
not
I mean, your dad is exactly the same. It's essentially like, maybe it's just how a person is. Eh?
I don't know.
That's just how I am. Like, I'm on time for when it comes to my job and like meetings and stuff, but when we're just going to a braai, I'm not going to be there at 5 o'clock. But Bren likes to be there at around 5 o'clock. I'll be there at around 6. But the thing that annoys me most about you is probably that you're not very graceful. Like, you'll walk and then you'll like stumble over your feet, or you'll kick. Like, I'll see a glass on the floor and then Bren will just like
I've never heard that before. You haven't
it
communicated that to me.
doesn't annoy me, but I don't know. There isn't anything that annoys me about you. The only thing that annoys me about you is if you say that something annoys you about me. That's what annoys me. If you tell me that I shouldn't interrupt you, that annoys me.
Okay, and the next one.
Have you ever been in a physical fight because the both of you look too nice to have actual fist fights?
I've not been in a fist fight outside of sports. I mean, like in rugby, sometimes.
Fist fight?
Sometimes it does go to the next level, but I've been involved in a lot of situations where we'd either had to hold back someone or get in between someone or
But you've
prevent
never been
fights.
in like a physical fight? Have
No.
you ever hit someone?
No, not like so not
I've
outside
never
of,
been.
of sports or anything like that. And I prefer to avoid conflict.
Me too.
And and if it gets to that stage where I have to protect someone I love, I definitely step in and do it. But I mean, it's just you try to resolve it before it escalates to that, and we haven't really been out in
Yeah, we don't
drinking,
go out.
where most of that happens. So I think we're not really in an environment where that really happens a lot.
I've never been in a fist fight, but a lot of girls wanted to hit me when we were in school. You protected me from it, like once or twice, I think.
Can't remember. It's a long time ago.
But yeah, girls wanted to hit me in school. You get girls that are like that.
My girls wanted to hit me in school.
What's schools, yay! No, I'm kidding. But I've never been in a fist fight other than with my brother when I was younger. I was in a fist fight with my brother. What happened was he threw me with a remote, like on the head, and then I like smacked him, but not physical like fists. I dream of hitting people. But then that dream where you hit someone and then you can't? That's the type of dreams that I used to have.
Okay. Jess, what is the best and the worst event you've been to?
I'll say the best one, but I'm not going to say the worst one.
So it's an answer and a sip.
So let me take a sip for the worst one. Best event I've ever been to. I think Revlon's events are my favorite, just because they put so much effort into it. But I mean,
we've been to a few.
We've been to so many events.
I mean, I agree that, especially the last Revlon event we were at, was really good.
They put a lot of effort into.
I mean, the one Brazil Fruit event we went to, it was like in 4 ways. They had like this garden plantation or something that they converted into an event.
But it was really hot, so it's difficult to put that at the top.
There were elements that it could have been better, but just the scenery it was in and stuff like that was also quite amazing.
Yeah, and I don't know, it's difficult. There's a lot. Tell us who your celeb crushes are. Bray knows mine.
Well, she's got a few, to be honest.
Who?
Well, you've mentioned Tom Hardy.
Who is my top one?
Well, if I'm correct, it's Mark Wahlberg.
Because it looks like Bray. He looks like Bray.
So mine...
He does look like
mine, no, I don't. In any case, I've got a similar reasoning for my celeb crush. And I think
Margot Robbie?
Yeah.
Do you think she looks like me a little bit?
You've got similar traits, yes.
Is she your celeb crush?
Well, and when I was younger, it was Jessica Alba.
Really?
And Megan Fox.
Ooh, everyone likes Megan Fox. Jess, you are extremely kind and truthful, but do you know any snobby influences?
Sip. Okay, so the question is, spends the most on leisure. So it's probably who spends the most on leisure.
It'll probably be me because it's part of my job. So I spend the most on clothes and...
I spend more money on experiences, meaning going out, having food and drinks with friends, than I actually spend money on buying something. So it's difficult.
Mention 3 things you would definitely change about each other. I'm gonna sip this one because there isn't anything that I would want to change about Bren. I love and accept him the way he is. But if there's one thing I could change, no, it's not. The thing is, like, you wouldn't want to change the person you are with. You would maybe want him to buy you more flowers. He hasn't bought me flowers in like probably 3 weeks.
No, I haven't been here for 3 weeks.
But
and it's much more difficult now that we work
oh my
together.
goodness, I'm not gonna have flowers for 21 days. They just announced the national lockdown. That's why we're filming so late. We've been waiting for that. So now I'm not gonna get flowers for 21 days.
And I used to bring her flowers like once a week.
Yeah.
But it's also a bit different. I mean, then I would come back from work, bring the flowers. Now it feels a bit strange. I probably have to
It
use
shouldn't
it
have to.
when we're in the shops with her card, for instance, or when I let my card go. Then I'm gonna take flowers and say, yeah, you can buy yourself some flowers. I don't know. It's probably something I need to adjust to.
Yeah, you're just making excuses.
Okay. Did you guys choose to save yourselves until marriage? So I'm gonna take a sip on this one because personally, I don't like sharing too many personal details online, and I've told Jess she's more than welcome to divulge in such things if she wants to. I just feel there's a line that I don't want to cross, putting out into the social
Cheers.
world.
Who is... Okay, let's do these two together. Who is the clean freak between you and Bren? And who has the most laundry every week? I definitely have the most laundry.
And on the clean freak, I honestly think we're both pretty similar. It varies, meaning one day Jess would be like in a very...
But I'm definitely the more germaphobe.
She's a germaphobe, but for instance, at the moment, our dishes haven't been washed the whole day.
Yeah.
And most of the time I'd wash the dishes because you'd make the food, but it's not like one of us or...
But the dishes are like organized on the counter.
It's not like one of us are dirty.
Yeah, we are not dirty. I am definitely... I think we are the same. We are both very clean. Like, when I go to the toilet, 3 o'clock in the morning, I still wash my hands. Even in my sleep. It's just... I don't know. We are just clean people. We don't get into bed without showering. Not that I say that if you don't do that, you are dirty. But, yeah. Do you share long-term assets?
At the moment, no.
No, we do not.
We are planning on,
Yes.
but at the moment not.
So, yeah. We do not share it, but it doesn't matter who owns it anyway because it's ours. Yeah?
Yes. First drunk experience together.
Our first kiss.
First drunk experience together.
We were drunk on our first kiss.
No.
In matric.
We kissed in
At
grade 9.
Cedar. Oh, that was our first kiss. Our first kiss, like, after we dated for the first time.
No, but that's...
So if you guys didn't know, Bren and I dated when we were 14 years old. But for like 2 weeks. So our first kiss essentially was in the movies at Clearwater.
What was our first drunk experience together? Wasn't
it 40 days?
No,
I can't even remember. Because we were friends before we dated.
Friends, and like there were a lot of house parties, and I had a lot of house parties. So it could have been on numerous occasions in school, while we were still in school.
When did you guys start having sex? Cheers.
Nothing personal, but I'm not getting too personal.
Me too. Have you ever cheated on your partner? Nope.
No.
Never thought of it. Never came close to it.
So that's the one thing I think we both have similar standpoints on. And obviously we don't know how we'll react if it ever would happen. But personally we feel like that's a line we wouldn't
Want to cross.
And we probably wouldn't be able to get back from if it's been crossed. There's a big trust thing between us.
What was your biggest paycheck? So I'm not going to say the amount because my finances are none of your business. But probably Edgar's. My Edgar's. I think my Edgar's campaign was probably my biggest paycheck because it initially was just a shoot and then TV ad usage, and then it turned from 6 months to 12 months, and now another 6 months is in terms of being confirmed. So I think the Edgar's ad campaign that I did, but that's TVC, so it's completely different than like social media. So that's my biggest paycheck, but again, I'm not going to say the amount.
This one?
Let's do... If you could have dinner with 3 famous YouTubers, who would they be?
Well, mine would be very different from Jess's, I would say.
You follow more like podcast people.
Not podcasts. Well,
They have
most of
YouTube
them have
channels too.
podcasts, but mine would probably be... I don't know if I should say.
Why?
It's...
If you don't want to say it, just sip it. Say one then. Say one.
So I like following business channels, intellectual stimuli, stuff like that. So Gary Vee is someone I've started to watch again in the last few months that I really enjoy. I think probably 𝘸𝘪𝘥𝘦𝘳𝘵. It's Robbie from AFTV, Arsenal Football Television. And the third one is, he's a bit... So, it might be a bit controversial, but Steven Crowder, it's a American political channel.
Is that the guy you always listen to when you're showering and stuff like that?
You know, or even, what's that guy? Not Aussie Man Reviews, Isaac Butterfield. These was very good.
So I'm just going to take a sip because it's not that I don't want to answer it, it's just I feel like I follow so many people and I watch so many YouTubers. But if I could have dinner with like a YouTube couple, it would be either Julia and Hunter, because I love their channel. I feel like it's in the line of like where I want our channel to go, and just the type of relationship they have. I think it's very similar to our relationship, and I think Alex and Michael, they are both from Nashville, and I feel like those are the people that I would want to sit with. They are not huge YouTubers, not like super famous people, but it's just people that I feel like I resonate with and people that I feel I have something in common with. But yeah. One influencer you dislike because of things that they do that you disagree with? Do you have one? Do you have one? Do you?
You'll never know.
Oh my goodness, I'm gonna find out once we stop this video. I'm probably also gonna take a sip. Look, there's a lot of things that people do that we essentially disagree with, but I'm not the person to dislike someone or get into conflict with someone or talk about, you know, a person or talk bad about a person to like other people. I feel like that's not my character. If there's someone to discuss, I'll discuss it with Bren. That's like the only person that I will discuss someone else with. But we personally don't like talking bad about people. Yeah? So I'm gonna take a sip.
I think you give them longer answers when you don't answer the question.
What? Bren does... Oh, yes, I know.
Bren, does Jessica's success intimidate you?
Intermediate.
But
It's the same thing, yeah, more or less.
What's intermediate?
Isn't it when you feel...
I think what
like
they mean to say is intimidated.
Do you think so? Let's search the word, the exact meaning.
Intermediate sounds like someone trying to... like a intermediate.
Comparing. Do you feel like you compare yourself to me? Okay, let's just discuss it in both ways. Intimidate? Do I intimidate you?
I think that the correct term would probably be more drives me to also be successful, motivates. So, I mean, it is like you would want to, I think all people from both sexes at this stage want to feel like they're providing to their partner. But I still think I do. I mean,
in more ways than you think.
So I'm not really intimidated, but I mean it just motivates a person to work hard and grow.
So no?
No.
Okay. If Bren got the virus, would you stay with him in the house? I was actually thinking about this today because he didn't feel too well. He was nauseous and he started like sneezing and coughing and he didn't feel well. So I was like, for a moment, I was like, shit, what if he has the virus and now I have to live with him? We only have one bed. But I wouldn't, if I get it with you, I get it with you. If we die together, we die together. Shit.
I feel like it's very quiet. We obviously live in a complex, so we don't want to get too loud.
What do you mean?
When you talk, you...
Do I talk loud?
Yes.
It's like 10 o'clock, so we need to be quiet. Who is the alpha in the relationship? I feel like you wear the pants, but I tell you which color.
So, I think in most situations, Jess probably makes the decisions until I put my foot down. Like, I'll adhere to what she wants to do until I feel no, we need to do it differently. So I don't know how the dynamic plays out.
I feel like he allows me to wear the pants, but if it's time for him to show that, you know, he is still the man, he will stand up for it. But I feel like we are kind of like a combo. I feel like we wear the same pair of pants, essentially. Let's do this one.
Would you honestly be happy if you fell pregnant now?
No, I wouldn't, because, and this is just me being honest, if I fell pregnant now, I wouldn't be too happy. I obviously will go through with it, but I wouldn't be happy because we've got so many things that we still want to do, but that does not mean a kid needs to like keep you from those things. It will just be on hold for a little bit.
Yeah, the only reason that I would not like about that situation is because we're not married yet. I would want to be married first before that we have kids.
Amen. Were you and Bren each other's first kisses? No, we were not. Who was your first kiss? I don't think I know who was my first kiss.
No, mine was in primary school.
I feel like we kissed each other just to like get it over and done with. I actually, and this is gonna sound really funny, but I think my first kiss was a girl.
Damn, and
To practice. I think my best friend in primary school, I think we kissed each other to practice.
I was in the wrong primary school.
Oh my gosh, please tell me I'm not the only one. It was nothing like, obviously I love men, but I just feel like, I don't know. I feel so embarrassed. Since you live together, you guys never thought of breaking up?
I think there was one occasion that we came close. I can't remember exactly why.
It was that discussion we had in the bathroom before you changed your job.
It's a blank, but I know we got close.
Listen, I feel like we almost broke up a couple of times, like maybe 3 times, but it was all me. Not once did Bren initiate it.
Well, probably my actions, but...
Yeah, well, you drove me to it. but we've been dating for almost 9 years. There's a lot of shit that happens in 9 years. But I'm just so glad that we've never went on a break, we've never broken up or anything like that. We've obviously had a discussion and come close to it, but it's always been the case of Bren. Hello, okay. It's always been the Bren saying, what can I do to change? What can I do to make this work? And I really appreciate that.
I think she's also changed a bit. After the discussions, being maybe a bit more lenient on stuff that she wasn't on, or whatever the case may be. But like we mentioned in our relationship advice video, relationships aren't
perfect,
and you don't have the highs without the lows.
Jess is bossy.
Yes.
In a nice way, yes. I know that I'm bossy, but it's only because my mom was that way. My mom always got her wat is dit as sy altyd haar sin kry. She always got her way. And if my mom said something, you must do it without any hesitation. So I think I get that from her. But Bren definitely tells me when I'm getting too bossy.
Yeah. If you had the opportunity to move anywhere in the world, where would it be and why?
Right now, let's not discuss right now with the virus, but if I could move anywhere in the world, it would probably be Europe.
Well,
Like
I'm
London.
not that sure, because
No?
I think every country comes with its problems, and a lot of them you don't know until you're actually there. But to be honest, I'd love to go to London to honestly experience it. But if I'd have to move, I'd probably say New Zealand.
You think so?
I think it's very similar to what we have here, other than just a bit safer.
You think?
Other than natural disasters.
Well, I will go wherever you go.
But yeah, I'm not set on moving anywhere at the moment.
Bren thought of leaving you for another woman.
No, to be honest, ever since we've been dating, we've not really talked to anyone else. I mean, from...
Have you never thought of going on Instagram and... searching for other girls?
I've never had a chat with anyone regarding that or struck up a conversation leading to that or...
Let me tell you a story. When Bren and I started dating, he gave me his phone. So he chatted to a couple of girls while he was chatting to me. I know that. I know it. When we were matric, or maybe the girls chatted to him, I don't know. But he would give me his phone to keep when, you know, we went out or whatever. And I would get like Facebook messages from girls. In reply, and then I would reply back and be like, no, I'm not going, or whatever.
Let's be honest, when I was still single and off the market, I mean, on the market, when I was still on the market, you know, there's no use in just going for one girl. I mean, what if you invest in someone and you end up not liking them?
So was I the best one?
Maybe you were the only one that gave back. No, I'm just joking.
Oh, Nia. You are very freaky. You guys are very freaky.
You guys are very freaky with all these questions.
I can't anymore.
Filthy animals.
When did y'all know you were meant to be? Well, I know, but I'm not going to say. So cheers.
Okay, let's drink on that.
No, in all seriousness, I knew that Bren and I were going to be together forever when the day before my mom passed, she said to Bren that, you know, he is the best guy for me and thank you for like supporting me and for being there and for taking care of me and for everything, and whatever we do she approves. And that moment I knew that I was going to marry him one day, and even if he didn't ask me, I was still going to marry him. And then like 2 months later, no, not 2 months,
No, a few months.
5 months later, you asked me to marry you. Did you make love last night? You guys, come on. Let's down it. Come on. Cheers.
And then we have to finish
1, 2, 3. Oh!
I went down the wrong hole. I had to take another sip.
There's a lot about like sex and stuff. Wait, let's do this last one. Bren, has Jess ever made you cry?
No.
You are lying.
Yes. There has been the odd occasion or two.
When did I make you cry? I know you cried the day you asked me to marry you.
Yes. So
What's the other
has.
one? What's the other one?
I don't have anything left to drink.
No, but don't you want to say?
No.
What do you want to say?
So the day I asked her to marry me, I cried.
And?
And that's it.
Tell me. Say mine.
Yeah.
Say mine.
There's still some left.
You guys, I am literally the nosiest person ever. But I think that's all we're going to answer for tonight. That's it. That's all from us, folks. I'm going to try and get this out of Bren so that he tells me when I made him cry and why. Because I know I didn't make you cry because you were sad.
You'll never know.
Oh, shit.
We hope you enjoy it and you'll see you on the next one.
Bye, guys.